Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 27th. We're going to jump right in here, Leo. And you have this cassowary card, and it says threat on it in your current general energies. I wouldn't even worry about it because you have the King of Wands and you have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords. I would definitely be careful. Like, you know, if you're in a relationship with a person, for example, I would be careful of third parties. This does not even have to be like a third party. That's not what I'm talking about. This could be just a jealous person. It's like maybe I kind of get that feeling for some of you where you could be dealing with a person who's like a little bit nutty or something going on here with this Knight of Swords. You know, I feel like it is protected, and I would, you know, do whatever you have to do to protect yourself here, like blocking any crazy people or anything like that, definitely popping into my head. For some of you, it could be someone's ex, you know, your ex, or it could be your person's ex, and, you know, I would definitely kind of do whatever you have to do to, like, block this situation, right? So, definitely something to think about. Other than that, I kind of feel like this is saying that there is no threat. Like maybe in work or business, you know, I feel there could be a lot of success for you, but I feel this energy of needing to stop worrying about the trolls with the Knight of Swords, right? I get this energy with that threat card that it's not really talking about like threats. It's talking about like perceived threat. Like maybe you worry too much about what people will say if you like start a business or if you get on YouTube or something like that. You have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands to me is a card of getting attention. So there's like some sort of attention or stepping into the spotlight. There's even a spotlight on this card right here. And, you know, there's something about like attention, but like worrying too much about what other people will think about that attention. If you want love, if you don't have love, again, there definitely are, you know, King and Queen of Wands, divine counterparts. So I do feel there could be a very strong connection coming in for you. Could be another fire sign. Could also be a Capricorn or just an earth sign in general, actually. You have a lot of earth. You have a lot of fire as well. I mean, you have, you know, basically, I'm sure you'll end up having everything. So it doesn't really matter. I just think that there could be love coming in for those of you that want it, right? But let's see here. What is going on for you? With that King of Wands, you have this Hangman card. Yeah, there's some sort of decision you need to make. I kind of feel that it might be a good week for you to kind of like tune out the outside world. You know, it's like maybe you start moving forward in your business, something happens on the news, you start worrying about that, you don't get moving in your business. It's almost like I see that it's not really a threat. I just think that there could be outside circumstances, and I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently, Leo, where it's like there could be things that are happening outside of yourself, like in life, just in general. And, you know, I feel like you need to make sure to protect yourself from those things this week. And I'm not talking about like literally protecting yourself. I'm just talking about protecting your brain space so that you can get work done, so that you can, you know, focus on the things that are important to you. And I really feel this. I feel like you are the King of Wands this week, and it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you're just coming in as that King of Wands energy. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Justice card. Could be a Libra that you're dealing with that is a toxic person for sure. I definitely, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't like doing readings like this, you know, talking about drama and stuff like that. And it's getting a little bit wild out there with some of these readings, like talking about people being killed and stuff. Like all of a sudden, I get these like crazy recommendations. I'm like, what the hell is this? But so again, I try not to be like overly dramatic, and you know, what I would say here is that I do feel that it could just be like a toxic person, and I would do whatever you can to, you know, remove this person from your life if you have this person in your life. Could definitely be a Libra that's coming in for you, though. If it's a new person that's positive, that's a good person, then I would say, you know, it could also be a Libra. You could also be trying to get justice against a person who is like, you know, causing problems here. So you might be getting the law involved. Again, I don't like doing these readings because I don't like scaring people, but at the same time, it's like sometimes things need to happen. And so if you have a person that's like stalking or doing anything crazy, I would do that here. You know, I would get the law involved if you have to. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Empress. I'm sorry, the Emperor. And I feel like you're really ready to take action. You even have that Devil there going up. And what the hell? Here we go. You have the Emperor getting ready to take action. See, if we go this way, you go to the Devil. The Devil, to me, can also... It's not just toxic energy. It can, to me, represent having that creative idea. It represents, like, your root chakra energy. But with the Devil, to make it work, we have to bring it up to our head and, you know, express it out into the world. So if you have any creative ideas, I would be putting those things out into the world so that you can be successful. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this "it is what it is" card. Some of you, I feel, are making changes. There's nothing really unexpected here, is what I would say. I feel like what's going on here is that some of you could be making changes in your work or your business, and I feel like you're just not. It's like maybe there are some reasons to be worried, but it's like you're not worried. And I feel like you're kind of going with the flow. I really like where this is going because it's like maybe, I don't know. I really don't have any good examples of what I'm trying to say here, but maybe in like business, your numbers are going down, right? And it's like you're saying to yourself, it's okay. I built it up to this point. I know I can rebuild if I have to, but I don't even think you're going to have to. I think you're just kind of saying, it is what it is, and you're moving forward. You're focusing on what you can. But again, I would make sure to block out external circumstances so that you can keep working on what you are working on. You have the Nine of Cups, Six of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. I really feel you're focusing on your resources with the Queen of Pentacles. This is a card of focusing on the resources that you have at your disposal. And I also feel that you could be doing things to get more attention. If we go this way, we go Page of Swords, Six of Wands. And, again, the Six of Wands, I just keep getting the word attention on that Six of Wands. So you could be getting more attention on your business or your career, and this could be leading to like raises, promotions, things like that. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords says you're moving on to calmer shores. You also have this card that says leave the past behind. And I don't know what is going on this week, but for whatever reason, there has been a major energy of people like moving on from the past or completely letting go of past situations. So a lot of you could be doing that with this Six of Swords energy. I also feel that some of you it's like, I feel like you've learned how much time you need to spend on things. It's such a weird message that I'm getting on the Six of Swords, but, it's like sometimes I think, especially for those of you that have like a business, for example, I think that it can be super hard to know like exactly how much time to put into something that you're experimenting with, like advertising, or maybe you're trying YouTube for your business or something. And I feel like it can be hard to know like when to quit. It can also be hard to know like how much effort you should give something before you quit. But I feel you're kind of like on point with how much time you give to things before they work. And also if they don't work, I feel like you're saying to yourself, well, okay, this clearly isn't working. And I feel like you're getting better at that. So it's like you're wasting less time. There's no other way to say it. You have this Nine of Cups here. Nine of Cups, of course, is a card of fulfillment and wish fulfillment. I always say that the Nine of Cups also represents like bathing in an energy. Normally, this is a card of like needing to match the energy of something that you desire to have. So it's like if you want love, you have to have love before you can have love. If you want money, you have to have money before you can have money. And people always say, how is that possible? And I always say, well, if you want money, go be around money. Go be around something that makes you feel abundant. If you want love, go love a dog. Go love a cat. Go love nature, right? By being in that energy, you're attracting it. And the Nine of Cups really wants us to do that. So let's see where this is going here, Leo. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Five of Cups, past disappointments. Again, I feel like you're letting go of past disappointments and just really focusing on your own fulfillment is what I would say here. I would be careful of any past people who have regrets as well. With the Six of Swords, you have the Lovers. Definitely something about love going on here. This could be a past lover that took too long, that didn't invest their energy with you. And so you could, this person could be stuck and they could be trying to come back here, causing problems. So, like I said, I definitely get that energy of blocking. For the most part, I definitely feel you're choosing new love or you're looking for something new. If you don't, some of you might already have love, that's a different story. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. Yes. Queen of Cups is a card of nurturing. I would be nurturing your finances at this time. Anything you can do to practice healthy money habits, saving money, doing good things with money, all that stuff, creating more flow as well with money. I don't always, it's going to sound weird, but I don't always think that saving money is necessarily a good answer either, because if we are hoarding all our money and we're not creating that flow and we're too afraid to spend, we're attracting more money fear, right? There are millions of videos out there on YouTube about good money habits, about overcoming money blocks. Like all those things are nurturing to money, right? And so anything you can do to nurture your money, I think would be, I guarantee you could probably type in nurture money on YouTube and you will come up with some really good ideas. So I would definitely kind of think about that, because I don't know. I just kind of get that you doing that would increase your finances, plain and simple. Next, we're going to look at what you need to hear right now. And you have this peacock spirit. It says, let it shine. Yeah, I feel like you need to let things out here, Leo. I feel like you need to not be afraid to let yourself shine. There's something about like trolls coming up here. Like I said, there could, some of you, if you're in social media or just in your regular life, there might be gossip and things like that going on. And I also feel like you're shining your light, which again, that brings out more trolls when we are shining bright, right? So I feel like a lot of you just need to learn to not care, number one, with this energy, but also, to block and move on, do whatever you have to do. But I really feel like this is saying, sometimes I think we shrink when that happens. And I feel like this is saying, no, you need to keep shining bright. You have this devil energy here, so I kind of feel both sides of this. Number one, like I already said, I feel like something needs to be expressed into the world. Number two, I do feel like the troll type of energy here. Sorry, I'm choking. The Six of Wands can represent jealousy. It is showing up in the area of the good stuff, and that row is meant to represent good things no matter what. But, I definitely feel there's this element, this kind of cloud of jealousy. And like I said, I would just ignore it with this card for sure. You could also be dealing with a Capricorn as well. You have the Page of Swords. I feel like someone has their eye on you. If you want love, I feel like there could be like a secret admirer. It could be an air sign or a Capricorn, or it could be a person with just Earth as well, I guess. But I definitely feel that energy. I kind of get this more playful side of the Page of Swords for you, which I'm pretty sure this happened to you last week as well. I was getting like a much more childlike energy. Like if you're entering into a new relationship, I would focus more on the playful side of things and being playful and just kind of go with the flow and like not too serious, right? And I think if you do that, you're just going to have a better time, plain and simple. You have the Eight of Swords. You always get the Eight of Swords. Literally, go back to the beginning of my channel. I used to only read playing cards, and you would get the Eight of Spades all the time. And this is an energy of only seeing one way of doing things. For whatever reason, your lesson for a very long time. I've had this channel for over 8 years now, and for that entire time, you've been getting the Eight of Swords, and it seems to be like a long-term lesson for you to learn to do new things, different things, or to do things differently in general. With the Devil, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Could be an earth sign coming in for you. I feel like you could be attracting, for those of you that want love, I feel like you could be attracting a person who's a little bit cautious as well. They might have a, kind of like a crazy ex as well here. So, it might be coming from their side, and that could be why they're wanting to take their time. With the Page of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles. Yes, so more of this like Pentacle Page Knight energy going on here. And so there's clearly some sort of secret admirer, someone who wants to communicate with you if you want love. For the rest of you, again, and for all of you, Page of Swords is a card of being a detective. The Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. So again, if you do your research and if you study or learn as much as you can about anything in your life that you want to improve, it seems like your money here, then it will improve, but you're going to have to put in the work. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Strength card. Strength is your card, Leo. This, puts you in a position of power and strength. But the Strength card is also about kind of working on your inner voice. She is getting that lion, normally on a traditional Strength card, to submit to her. It is tucking its tail between its legs because it is listening to her. Or, she is taming her inner voice. And that seems to be a theme here in your reading as well. But I also feel like there could be external voices. It's like both. I feel like you need to protect your brain as much as you possibly can. I always say I protect my brain like crazy. I don't watch the news. I don't watch things like TV shows and things like that I know are going to upset my brain. I don't listen to music that talks about like sad stuff or anything like that, right? And I've been really, really protective of my brain because, again, I think that our brain takes things literally. And what I would say here is maybe just this week, kind of protect your brain, plain and simple. Next, at the end here, for the good stuff, doesn't matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. You have this last quarter moon in Capricorn. Capricorn says, leave the past behind. I do feel like a lot of you are leaving the past behind. I feel like there are little things that are like hard for you to let go of. It's like, especially for those of you in work or business, I don't know if you've ever seen any of those TV shows like, Kitchen Nightmares, for example, right? It's like those business owners, they always don't want to make a change. They always like want to hold on to the old way of doing things. But when they make the change, their restaurant is always more successful, or they become more successful, right? And so, and half of those restaurants have failed because they all go back to doing the old way, right? So I feel like for a lot of you, this is saying, don't be afraid to kind of like do the new way of doing business, or the new way of, creating success, or whatever it is for you in your life. You have this Six of Wands here. Six of Wands is a card of success, of course, and stepping into the limelight. There even is a little limelight right here on this Six of Wands. So I feel there's a lot of attention, but look, it's empty. So I feel like you need to step into this energy of getting a lot more attention. I would be doing things to, get more attention on yourself, like in work or business as well. You have the Queen of Wands here. I always say with the Queen of Wands, she's my card of like needing to ask a boss for a raise, or needing to do things to get more attention at work so that you can get a raise. Same thing if you have a business. Like, how can you get more attention on your business? And people always say, how, Chris? I'm like, I don't know. There's like a million ways. There's like a million social media channels. You could go stand with a sign on the side of the road on a busy street, right, with the name of your business. Guarantee you that would work, right? Most people are saying, I wouldn't do that. I'm like, well, that's why your business isn't growing, right? Plain and simple. So are you willing to do it to get your business to grow? You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty, success, good things coming in for you. So I feel like there's a lot of good stuff. I also feel like there could be true love for those of you that want it. If you don't already have it, again, some of you I feel already have like this true love in your life. It's probably an earth sign. If it's not an earth sign, I would say that it's someone who's very grounded. Probably someone who's like much more stable than what you've experienced in the past as well. I get a certain sense of stability coming in here. I get like a certain, I almost get like a extraterrestrial vibe here as well here, Leo. So you could be attracting someone who's a little bit, kind of unusual in a good way, or a little bit more eccentric, something like that. I don't know, it's popping into my head. You have the Eight of Wands here, quick success coming in for you. So I feel for a lot of you that there is success coming in. I also feel there's a lot of communication. I kind of feel, this is the good stuff, but what I would say is, I would be careful of like who you are giving your time, effort, and energy to. And I'm mostly talking about like in work or business. It's like you're shining bright here with the Six of Wands. And, there might be a lot of people who want your time, effort, and attention. I think it would be a good time to practice saying no to things. It's like maybe you always say yes to helping people, but, at the same time, I feel like this is saying it's time, like you need to value your time, effort, and attention. You need to value like the things that you do. And I feel like you need to make sure that the people who are entering into your life, that they bring similar value, right? With the Six of Wands, you have the King of Cups. Could be a water sign for some of you as well. And it would be a new water sign. Some of you, again, King and Queen of Cups, divine counterparts right here. So it could be a water sign, and I would definitely say it's a divine counterpart. Clearly, very deep connection. I feel like this person's very emotionally available as well, probably pretty intuitive. Even if they're not a water sign, I feel like they're probably pretty intuitive. For those of you that are finding new love, again, to me, it's like someone is, what I will say here is if you're attracting a new person, like what I would say is I feel like time is a little bit of an issue here. It looks to me like you could be attracting a person who's maybe either very focused on their business, their career, or whatever they do for their life. And so I think that needs to be talked about. I always bring these things up in these readings because I'm always like saying, I always say, don't let these things linger. This is the problem with modern day relationships. People just like enter into these things saying, oh, I'm okay with this when they're really not. So I feel like this is saying, don't let it linger, talk about it. Maybe this person will say, I'm trying to become a billionaire here. So it's like, you're going to have to either deal with it, or if you don't like it, leave, right? So I feel like this person has their reasons for focusing on their finances. And I also feel if you communicate, then you will probably avoid the issue in the first place. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Page of Wands here. Yeah, you have to get out of the house if you want to find love. Like I always say to people, you're not going to just find love sitting on your couch, the person of your dreams, right? You have to get out in public. I always tell people it's like, the thing that I think about a lot as well in today's like Tinder, Bumble, hookup culture, not that I have a problem with it, you do you boo, right? As I always say, do whatever you want, but and no judgments here. But what I would say is if you're trying to find a quality person, a person of quality, it's like, are you going to find them just like sitting on your couch or on Tinder or Bumble? Maybe, I'm sure, but someone always gives me some example of someone who married some prince from some random island that I've never heard of that they met on Tinder. Great, right? That person is 1 in 1 trillion. So that'll never happen to you. Sorry, hate to burst your bubble, right? But maybe if you went to went out and did stuff, got a hobby, started meeting people through a hobby, you'd find someone who's much more interesting, a person of much more character. Let's put it that way. I see all these videos that all you lovely people watch, right? All these red pill videos, all the pills, all the everything, right? And I could give two you-know-whats about these videos because it's just like two sides yapping at each other. Men hate women, women hate men, right? Going both ways. And I'm always like, yeah, but it's like the way that they're trying to find people is like the worst way possible. So it's like maybe if people actually, try to develop their character, meet people of character, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Or there wouldn't be these issues, right? And I kind of get that here. Not calling you out here, Leo. Not saying that you have no character. I'm saying that's what you're looking for with that Page of Wands. So that's what I'd be doing. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Yep, definitely a change in your business is what I would say. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. Obviously, this showing up in the good stuff, this is going to be a positive change in direction. And what I would say is that whatever new stuff you're working on in your business is going to lead to a lot of success. So there you go. Let's see. We're going to see what else comes up for you here. We're going to pull 5 main themes. You have this adaptability card. Boring, Leo, because this comes up all the time now. I would say that, we're in between these eclipses. The next set of eclipses starts in April, and the last set of eclipses, just looking at it, all about adaptability, saying if one way doesn't work to do something, try something else. So until, I would say for the rest of your life, honestly, but I would just be adaptable. I wouldn't even say until the next set of eclipses. You have this discrimination card. This is like a card of discernment. It's not like discrimination like we think of it. It's more about picking and choosing and being good at making the right choice, right? In love, look, she might be trying to pick a butterfly that she loves. So, making the right decisions, focusing on the right things that you want in love, in business, whatever, would be a good idea. Next, you have this egotism card. Someone has an ego here. Again, this could be a past person or whoever this creep is, Knight of Swords. I would block, do whatever you have to do to protect yourself from this person. I feel like this person talks a lot. And so, that's it. You have this appreciation card. I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming in for you. And this is a cornucopia right here. And cornucopia can represent abundance. So I definitely feel there is a lot of abundance coming in here. And finally, you have this control card. I love this card. It reminds me of the world. And this is also Jupiter and Capricorn. So it could be a Capricorn coming in for you if you're looking for love. But I also feel that a lot of you are it's like you're trying to build this something new in your life, or you're trying to take something to the next level. I feel like I say this to you a lot, if I'm not mistaken, that it looks to me like maybe you're not quitting your business, maybe you're not quitting your career or your job. I really feel like you're just trying to level up or trying to get it's like you're trying to put yourself at an advantage, which is, obviously a good idea. But maybe that's the positioning that you should look at this as. It's like you're not trying to get to the top or anything, although I think that could be a side effect of this. I would be saying, how can I give myself the best advantage in work, in business, in your career, in whatever it is that you do. And that's the word that I'm getting there. So there you go. Thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your week.